Hello, I'm Craig Brailsford, and welcome to another episode of Small Stocks, Big Money. For those of you new to the show, RedChip is an investor relations, media, and research firm focused on emerging growth companies. Our unique platform combines global multimedia with traditional investor relations, reaching investors around the world. Now, today's show features interviews with executives of 3 public companies. First up is Exyn Technologies. Exyn Technologies is an autonomous robotics and geospatial intelligence company developing advanced software that enables drones, robots, and other autonomous systems to navigate, map, and collect high-value data in complex, GPS-denied environments. We'll learn more when we speak with the CEO later in the show. Up next is Braghouse Holdings. Braghouse is a leading media technology gaming platform dedicated to transforming casual college gaming into a vibrant community-driven experience. By seamlessly merging gaming, social interaction, and cutting-edge technology, the company provides an inclusive and engaging environment for casual gamers while enabling brands to authentically connect with the influential Gen Z demographic. We'll learn more when we speak with the CEO later in the show. Then, we'll talk to Avalon Advanced Materials. Avalon Advanced Materials is emerging as one of North America's most strategically positioned critical minerals companies. Avalon is advancing a rare combination of high-value assets that directly support the continent's shift toward clean energy, advanced technologies, and secure supply chains. We'll learn more when we speak with the CEO later in the show. Before we move forward, let's take a look at RedChat, a revolutionary AI chatbot for small-cap stock analysis.
A new era of small cap research has arrived with RedChip's RedChat, the fastest, most accurate AI assistant for small caps. The days of spending hours sifting through press releases, 10Ks, 10Qs, 8Ks, 13Fs, 13Gs, and other filings is over. Now, get answers in seconds on 4,000 small cap stocks in one portal. Simple, fast, accurate, detailed answers. Meet small caps with RedChat.
Now let's move on to our quote of the week. It comes from the book, Small Stocks, Big Money. If you want to invest in the microcap space, buy companies, not stocks. If you buy stocks, the daily fluctuations and lack of liquidity will drive you crazy. This quote comes from Byron Roth of Roth Capital, and it is featured in Chapter 7 of Small Stocks, Big Money, a book of exclusive interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Get a digital copy on Amazon today for just $21. Now, let's get started with our first interview today with Exyn Technologies. Hello, today we have Brandon Torres Declet, the chairman and CEO of Exyn Technologies. Brandon, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Craig. Thanks for having me.
Brandon, for investors hearing about Exyn for the very first time, what does the company do, and what problem are you solving that no one else can?
Well, thanks for asking that question, Craig. So Exyn builds autonomous robots that fly and see and decide on their own in the places GPS can't. Underground mines, think underground mines, tunnels, ship holds, collapsed structures, jammed, contested aerospace. These are environments the rest of the drone industry can't touch, and they're exactly where the highest value work sits for our company. We pioneered over the past 10 years level 4B autonomy in 3-dimensional space. This means that our robots launch with no pilot, no map, no satellite link, and build their own model of the environment in real time and bring the data back to our customers. The world's largest mining companies use Exyn drones to map their underground mines where they cannot enter or send people safely. And defense customers rely on the same stack where GPS signal is not available.
That's incredible, and I cannot wait to hear more, Brandon. Aren't they called GPS-denied environments, I think, right?
That's correct, Craig. GPS denied means anywhere satellites can't reach, so or get corrupted or deliberately jammed. Think a kilometer underground, inside a ship, beneath a forest canopy, behind concrete, or anywhere like in the defense space where an adversary is actively kind of spoofing that signal.
Now, tell us more, some other industries that really need your technology, and tell us more about why autonomous navigation in those conditions is just so difficult for them.
Yeah, when you think about GPS denied, it covers a remarkable amount of the modern industrial and defense landscape. Think mining customers, energy customers, public safety, anyone who's doing infrastructure inspection, and increasingly in the military theater, as we've seen in the Ukraine.
Now, Exyn just completed its IPO on the NASDAQ. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What does this capital enable, and where are you in the commercial build out?
Yeah. So, Greg, good question. So, the IPO really did three things for us. One, it capitalized our next phase of growth and gave us a public currency for new talent and potentially strategic acquisitions in the future. And I think it really put us on the radar of institutional and retail investors who are looking to back the next generation of industrial automation and defense technology.
Brandon, how does Exyn make money? Walk us through the business model from hardware sales to software licensing, and tell me, how is that mix going to evolve as you scale?
Yeah. So today, the entry point for XN is our hardware, our Nexus and our Nexus Pro systems. It's an integrated drone platform that ships ready to fly autonomously out of the box. That's what customers get on their first deployment. But the value for XN and our customers really compounds on the software side, where our XN AI autonomy stack and XN View data layer are where the reoccurring economics live. So a customer may start out with one or two robots on a single site, but as they collect more and more data, they end up growing that to multiple drone fleets across multiple sites. And so as we move forward in our evolution, we're going to see a shift deliberately into more of a recurring software revenue business, where the end state looks much closer to a software and data-driven business with a robotics platform underneath it, rather than a traditional drone OEM.
Got it. Now, you've got a defense-focused subsidiary called Range, with the Pentagon's Drone Dominance Program committing more than $1 billion to domestic autonomous systems. How significant is that opportunity for Exyn, and what makes you the right company to capture it?
Bottom line, it's significant, and not just for the dollar figure. The Drone Dominance Program is signaling really that the future of air dominance is autonomous and built in America. That's a structural shift from how the Pentagon is used to acquiring drones and other robots. And Range really exists to take advantage of Exyn's autonomy IP, the same stack that's mapped the world's deepest mines, and we can harden it for contested, comms denied, GPS denied operations for the military.
And final question, Brandon, what is the core investment thesis for Exyn Technologies right now? Why should investors be paying attention to your company?
So there's really three legs here. One is proven autonomy IP in the highest barrier corner of robotics. It's a decade-long head start that's nearly impossible to replicate. Two, enormous markets, industrial autonomy, physical AI, and defense autonomy are both hitting an inflection point at the same time. And three, we have a business model that compounds as deployment scales, with hardware as the entry point and software, services, and data as the engine moving forward.
Brandon, welcome to RedChip, and thanks for being here with us.
Thank you very much for your time.
Now, to get more information on Exyn Technologies, visit exyninfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free, and you can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RED-CHIP to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like Exyn Technologies. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. Also, go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly our client companies. And you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, visit redchip.com and subscribe today. In addition to our newsletter, you can also order your copy of Small Stocks, Big Money, a book written by RedChip's CEO, featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Order your copy on Amazon today for just $21. Now, let's move on to our next interview today with Bragg House Holdings. Hello, today we are pleased to have Lavelle Juan Malloy II, CEO and co-founder of Bragg House, trading on the NASDAQ under the ticker TBH. Lavelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me again here.
Great to have you. For viewers who are just discovering Bragg House, how do you describe the company today and where is it going?
Well, Bragg House is now one of the only publicly traded companies sitting at the intersection of Gen Z fandom, blockchain sports, and global athlete IP. And we've extended our mission now from digital engagement to digital ownership. Just a month ago, our shareholders voted in favor of a merger. Bragg House, House of Doge, the official corporate arm of the Doge Foundation. And everything that we have envisioned, culture to capital, is now being built.
I want to talk more about that merger with the House of Doge, Lavelle. How does combining a large digital community with financial infrastructure change the growth profile of the entire business?
That's a great question. So, first, we've built Bragg House on a single belief that culture is capital. A loyal, engaged community is the most durable asset that a platform could have. Dogecoin is one of the only digital assets in the world built on that exact same principle. And it started with a community that believed what it was is value. So what we built with Bragg House and what we built at Dogecoin, we have developed this infrastructure.
Now, you're targeting several large global markets at once. How big is the overall opportunity as you see it?
So we're looking at the entire global sports economy, which is somewhere like $23 trillion. That's the kind of field we're playing in. And just to kind of explain to what we're doing is we're taking traditional financial rails, legacy cards, standard banking, and we're doing something that no one else has ever done. We're putting it on a blockchain rail system so that it's more efficient. We can extract 2 to 3% tax on every single transaction. And we're putting it in better rails so that we can now extract more for our community. So the way we're doing it now is never been done before, and the opportunity is massive.
All right, I want to get more into this. You're building across payments, asset management, even tokenization. Let's get more into how these pieces fit together into a cohesive platform.
So the best way to describe it is kind of what we're doing now. Picture a college athlete. We can tokenize a slice of their commercial rights, which NIL. A fan discovers them on their platform. That's the data engine. They can buy into that. With the blockchain that we have now, we can settle on our rails of 50 basis points instead of the 200 basis points. As the athlete moves up, then the fans share on the excitement. They also share monetarily as they do. And if the athlete can then cash out through a stable coin or debit card in existing Visa and MasterCard. So what I described to you is a complete closed loop of a financial system that's never been done before.
Okay, Lavelle, you talk about a 23 trillion with a T dollar market. You talked about your several shots on goal. Tell us how you make money.
So very, very simple. In each one of those loops that I said, we are extracting profit from that loop there. So fans are investing in their favorite athlete. We get a percentage of that. Athletes are extracting money. We get a percentage of that. Brands who obviously are super excited about that are investing directly into our platform. We control the entire loop there, and that entire loop we're getting paid of every point of view from that loop. No one has done it before. No one has controlled NIL. Our partnerships now consist of some of the largest professional teams in the world. So through every stage of that, we control those loops.
You mentioned Gen Z a second ago, Lavelle, and I think you'll agree a key part of your strategy is leveraging that Gen Z audience. Tell us what Gen Z is and why is that such a powerful advantage for you?
Well, Gen Z is the first adopters, and the reason why they're so important is because they're the foundation. And we did before the merger something no one else was ever to do. We were able to authentically connect with them and make and lower the cost of acquisition for for other brands to be able to engage with them. No other companies did that. So now you have the most loyal community. We're the only platform able to engage them And now they will be the first line of adoption.
Lavelle, final question. What is the essential value proposition? Why should investors take an interest in Bragg House right now?
Because right now we're just at the beginning. I think the first thing is that everything as I told when I first started, we've achieved that and more. We achieved the only partnership with $1 billion company. We're the only platform in the college level. And the second thing that I said is we're going to get global. And now we've done that and we're on that point of getting global and really taking over the entire, as I said, $23 trillion market, or a large share of that market in the global infrastructure of sports. So I would say, please get along for the ride and don't miss out this time.
Thanks, Lavelle. Thanks for being with us and sharing your story.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Now, to get more information on Bragg House Holdings, visit bragghouse.com. You can also call 1-800-RedChip to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like Bragg House Holdings. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. Also, go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly our client companies, and you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, visit redchip.com and subscribe today. In addition to our newsletter, you can also order your copy of Small Stocks, Big Money, a book written by RedChip's CEO, featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Order your copy on Amazon today for just $21. Now, let's get started with our third interview today with Avalon Advanced Materials. Hello, today we have Scott Monteith, the CEO of Avalon Advanced Materials, trading on the OTCQB under the ticker AVLNF. Scott, welcome back.
Well, thank you for having me back. I'm glad to be here.
Avalon, positioning itself at the center of North America's critical mineral supply chain with exposure to both lithium and rare earths. How rare is that combination, and why does it matter to investors?
It's very rare. Most mining companies specialize. Geology, processing, and the end markets are completely different for rare earths and lithium. Capturing both sides of electrification is what Avalon is trying to achieve through lithium, which is used for storage, and rare earth elements, which is used for energy conversion. Investors like being part of a secure domestic supply chain, and very few companies offer lithium rare earths in the North American jurisdiction with processing ambitions within the company.
Rare earths, Scott, essential for defense, electric vehicles, advanced tech. How does Avalon fit into reshoring, or perhaps in your case, friend-shoring efforts?
It's a great question. Avalon is not just a mining story. We are part of the supply chain localization story. We represent a secure upstream resource, potential midstream processing hub, which we're looking to build in Thunder Bay and in the Northwest Territories. We're the Canadian anchor in a North American critical minerals ecosystem. And we are becoming a strategic node in rare earths independence for the West.
Scott, let's focus now on your Lake Superior lithium project. It shows very compelling economics, including a 48% internal rate of return and a $4.1 billion net present value. What gives you confidence in those numbers?
Our confidence in the numbers is coming from a combination of location, our unicorn of a property in Thunder Bay on Lake Superior, the modular design of the Metso system, and the midstream strategy that makes the model plausible. The structure of the project supports high returns, and off-the-shelf components from Metso for a proven lithium hydroxide processing system, which will eventually be supported by a feasibility study, gives us confidence.
You're targeting updated economics and potential government funding. How meaningful could that be for accelerating development?
Very meaningful, but only if both pieces land together. Updated economics validates the asset, and the government funding stabilizes the risk and enables construction.
Scott, you mentioned Metso, and now that's a partnership that you've got. It's a global leader. There's also Sibelco. How do your relationships with Sibelco and Metso differentiate you from other junior developers?
Great question. Partnerships with the established industrial players that we have, like Sibelco and Metso, materially de-risk execution in ways that most juniors can't replicate. Avalon transitioning from a junior to an operator is key to the narrative. Through these partnerships, we're much closer to proving how and how fast we can work at scale.
Now, since stepping in as CEO, you've led a management and board refresh. What changes have you made that position Avalon for execution at this stage?
Another very good question. It's critical to our future as a company. We've rebuilt the management team to focus on execution and capital discipline. Very important for the company. Clear tightening of strategic focus at the leadership level is imperative, and the board refresh towards a technical, capital market, and strategic expertise was core to our strategy at the board.
Final question, Scott. What is the essential value proposition? Why should investors take an interest in Avalon right now?
A great closing question. Thank you. Avalon's shift into becoming a North American critical minerals midstream processor at a time when governments and industry are actively rebuilding supply chains is key. The investment case being that Avalon is transitioning from being a resource developer with assets to a strategic North American lithium and rare earth processing platform is also core to our strategy. We're positioned to benefit from the structural supply chain reshoring that Western governments are now emphasizing.
Scott, it is always good to hear from you. Great story. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, to get more information on Avalon Advanced Materials, visit AVLNFinfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free, and you can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RedChip to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like Avalon Advanced Materials. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. Also, go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly our client companies, and you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, visit redchip.com and subscribe today. In addition to our newsletter, you can also order your copy of Small Stocks, Big Money, a book written by RedChip's CEO, featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Order your copy on Amazon today for just $21. Now, let's recap the companies featured today. First, you met Exyn Technologies, EXYN, on the NASDAQ. Exyn Technologies is an autonomous robotics and geospatial intelligence company developing advanced software that enables drones, robots, and other autonomous systems to navigate, map, and collect high-value data in complex GPS-denied environments. Learn more at exyninfo.com. Then you met Bragg House Holdings, ticker TBH, on the NASDAQ. Bragg House is a leading media technology gaming platform dedicated to transforming casual college gaming into a vibrant community-driven experience. By seamlessly merging gaming, social interaction, and cutting-edge technology, the company provides an inclusive and engaging environment for casual gamers while enabling brands to authentically connect with the influential Gen Z demographic. Learn more at bragghouse.com. Then you met Avalon Advanced Materials, AVLNF, on the OTCQB. Avalon Advanced Materials is emerging as one of North America's most strategically positioned critical minerals companies. It is advancing a rare combination of high-value assets that directly support the continent's shift toward clean energy, advanced technologies, and secure supply chains. Learn more at AVLNFinfo.com. Don't forget to check out our stocks page. It is the biggest small-cap stock portal in the industry. It has every company listed on the NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange with market caps of $2 billion and less. And it's categorized by industry. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small-cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. And be sure to sign up for our weekly newsletter and learn about a lot of small-cap companies. Also, go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly our client companies, and you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, if you have any questions about any of our public companies featured on today's show, call us at 1-800-RedChip or email us at info@redchip.com. In closing, remember, while small caps can provide significant gains, you must be prepared for the downside. Small cap stocks are among the most volatile of asset classes. Some of the companies featured on this show are RedChip client companies, and we may own stock in these companies. So please, always read our disclosures at redchip.com. Thanks for being with us today. We'll see you next week with some new, exciting, emerging growth companies.